in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Checks. Dropping back, it's Dyer. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, five-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often. And you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
They'll run it. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Shoots it to the left. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. On the option. Now the pitch. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking to the big tight end. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was, with that ball landing out of bounds.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. Right down the middle. He's got it. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. The official says no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
After missing that 46-yard field goal attempt, they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 29. Going right to work up top. Fires to the middle. That's reeled in. It's Adams. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Nelson. That's caught. It's Young. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive lineman gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man.
Oh, he's got some space. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Scott. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Let's talk about Alabama. Boy, this just hasn't been their year. All of the aspirations starting the season in the top 5, but there's always someone that seems to bottom out against those big expectations.
No question, Reese, and what's so disappointing, especially looking at this team's offense, is they're just not making the plays. They've got the guys on paper that look like they could be All-Americans. They have guys that can change the course of games. And that's why coming into this season, they were given that top 5 ranking. But on the field, in games, they simply, for whatever reason, have not been able to get it done. And the lack of execution, to me, is a huge reason why they've fallen out of the top 25.
Yeah, they haven't handled the pressure. I mean, that's just the easiest way to say it. Because you just mentioned playmakers. They got them. They got guys that know how to play this game. That's why they were ranked in the top 5. They've got to get something going, and it has to start today.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this 1st drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important.
Touchdown, Alabama! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't.
Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Key narration volume set to 100.
Any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to pass, it's Dyer. Makes the grab, it's Robinson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
That's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good calling plays. You get a completion on third down early in the game, and he should be having a lot of confidence now moving forward in this game calling plays.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really...
Gashes the heart of the knee. Touchdown, Dogs! Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. News, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Unleashes one. Got his man on the right. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best? And this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball get into him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Past the first down marker and still running. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Using his legs to buy some time. Throws to the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
So now it's second and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. Complete to the left. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That is a really good-looking throw. When you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia, Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Dyer. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Working on the right. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. He'll set up to throw. Here comes the heat. Got his man on the right. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Back to pass, it's Nelson. Pressure coming, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, they get that turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going up just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get ready.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for space, it's Robinson. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. To the ground with the back. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down. The Bulldogs will try to pick it up on 4th down. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. To the air, it's Nelson. Going deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking to throw. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Wants to fire on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Robinson. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. The offense changing the play. Looking downfield. It's Dyer. He'll take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Looking downfield on first down. Skips away from pressure. Fires on the move. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. He'll take a deep shot here. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Scott. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
To throw, it's Nelson. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Looking for more room. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. offense onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure to do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Gives it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. Turning it on. Back staying on track and getting it in on the option.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Washington is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Warren Moon, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma.
Touchdown Bulldogs! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up. It's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Back to throw, it's Dyer. Makes the catch. A 2-point conversion is good.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Throws to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the 1st down. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly, and receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. On the run, still looking. On the run, deep down the right side. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Taking it the other way. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The pick, the return, and the offense will be threatening. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick-6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that.
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! Great job by the back on the option. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking downfield, it's Nelson. Got it in the middle, it's Scott. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Give to the running back. Got the first down. Looking for more. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. That's caught. It's Hampton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback to go in the other direction.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
You can tell this quarterback and these wide receivers are on the same page. Quick read, quick throw, quick success.
Wants to throw. It's Nelson. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays.
And he throws another interception. Takes it the other way. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was
That's the second pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the...
Breaks into the open. Has the sticks, and he may get more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, I just love physical backs that break tackles and get those extra yards and show that toughness, Palmer.
He's so hard to get on the ground, David. He plays with great pad level and also has phenomenal balance for a running back.
They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Caught near the sticks. It's Taylor. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Dogs come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass, it's Dyer. Fires left. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the beatdown has ensued.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the big fella. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Dyer. Looking left. Pulls it in. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Finds his big tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13. Let's see what they've got on second down. Out of the gun to give to the back. They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this third period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One final quarter to play and a W in the win column at stake as we open the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. He wants to change this route. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Found a seam. Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time. Looking to take a shot. He's got it along the sideline. He's loose down the middle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Scanning the field, it's Nelson. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He might want another play. They'll run the toss. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Got the big tight end on the corner route. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Handoff to the single running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football.
And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down.
And the Alabama offense will take over. First and 10.
Tide offense rolls onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He's going to let it go. Pulls it in on the right. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory. Now 1st and 10 from their own. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Wide open. He makes the catch. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking for a man. It's Nelson. Flips it out in the flat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing and probably didn't like it on the last play. They'll have another chance on 3rd and goal from the 1. Touchdown, Bama! Fit it in the window for the score. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. Got his man downfield. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They go to the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The Bulldogs line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Nelson. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Under fire. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep end.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing. And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop?
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. To the air, it's Nelson. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
A strike downfield. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And that's perfect for this offense. Backed up towards your own end zone, make a play to create space, get some momentum going on this drive. Just what the offense needed to start this thing.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
On the snap, it's Young. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looks as if they'll go for 2 with the subtlety of a sledgehammer with all these big guys. On the direct snap, it's Young. Quick toss. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
That one comes out hot down the right side.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On the move. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.